Hi Taurus, welcome to Get Live 333 Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Jackie. This is going to be a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus from March 17th through the 31st. So while I shuffle the cards here, I want you guys to think of a question that would require a yes-no answer. I want you to ask yourself the question 3 times. It would be best if you can ask it out loud. Best way to capture the energy. But if you can't, if you're in a situation where you're in a crowded train or something like that and people will think you're crazy, just say it to yourself. It's the 3 times that really makes the impact. So ask yourself that question. I'm going to pull a card and we'll take a look at what the answer is at the end of the reading. Guys, remember, these are general energies. I wish I had the superpower to do, you know, private readings for everyone across the spectrum of everyone who views this, but I don't have that superpower yet. So yeah, and also the energy can be flipped, right? So the energy can be vice versa, meaning whatever I'm saying about you can certainly apply to your partner if it's appropriate. So use the energy accordingly. Oh, the moon, starting out with the moon. We'll get the same thing for Leo. If you guys are involved with a Leo, I'm going to check out that reading. Alright, so let's get right into it. So starting out, with this moon, feeling very, just like Leo, feeling very emotionally vulnerable. At the start of the week, you're not feeling secure about a situation that you thought you knew the deal with. And now you're realizing that you don't really know the truth about everything, and you're not sure what's what. You're not sure what's true, what's not true. Something's being brought to light at the beginning of this week, something that needs your attention, and you may feel really emotionally conflicted, and you're going to want to handle this in private right now, just very privately, because you realize you're going to have a decision to make at this point. And really, the recommendation of this card indicates that as you're making this decision, be sure to rely on your senses rather than your logic right now, as you are being asked to take a risk and broaden your life experiences right now. You're going to feel very uncomfortable making this decision, but you're going to feel almost forced to, because of what ends up coming to light. And this energy asks you to really unpack and dig deep down inside of yourself to ask you the real cause of your distrust of this situation. And that's going to be different for everyone. What did you allow to happen? What did you not see? What did you ignore? Things like that. Yeah, you're feeling very confused right now. Yeah, very confused. But you need to examine all of these things. And if this has to do with the work, in your work you may feel like you achieved a goal, but it wasn't worth all that you needed to put into it to make it happen. Like, you're reflecting on it and you just say, man, that wasn't even worth it, But that's what this energy indicates, Is this just like a feeling of being let down, and this lack of trust. So the combination of these 2 things are really pushing you into a space where you need to make a decision. And I'm really getting very strong a decision about love, or about how your life is going to be moving forward, And this also indicates with the moon card, this path. You see this path that goes sort of like off into yonder. You can't really tell where it's going, but you could see it, and this is really jumping out at me. And those of you who have been watching my reading, my channel is very new. It's only a little over a month old, but whenever the moon card comes up, sometimes I mention the path, sometimes I don't, because it doesn't resonate as strongly with me in certain readings as it does in others. And in this reading, it's profoundly jumping out at me. It's like you recognizing that there's this other path that would be a much better road for you to take in your life. It doesn't mean that you're there. It doesn't mean that you're going to drop everything right now, but you're definitely shifting your perspective on what you feel that you want and that you feel is right for you. you know, in your life right now. And then we have the King of Cups. So you're starting the week feeling the need to settle some sort of conflict. It could be, you know, residual of what was exposed at the beginning of the week, but to settle a conflict either within yourself, you know, because you could be struggling within yourself for sure right now while you're trying to reason out this decision and identify this new path that you feel is kind of like poking at you. Or it could be between you and others, you know, it could be a partner or a family member or even a work situation. You know, any of those things would fall within this energy. And you won't be totally sure about your approach, though. You're just really not going to be sure if you should think, you know, with your logical mind or with your heart, you know, your intuition. And this card indicates that you should really be giving a lot of weight to your intuition right now, you know. You really need to let your heart rule this matter, because, you know, what I'm getting from this is that you've been listening to your head for so long, and it hasn't exactly been bringing you to a space that makes your heart happy, if that makes sense, you know. So when dealing with this situation, and whatever individual or individuals that you're going to have to be dealing with throughout this, you really want to make sure that you utilize as much tact and empathy and charm that you can possibly bring yourself to, because this is going to really make whoever you're dealing with feel far more engaged, and therefore their defenses will drop and communication can happen. You know, you have the ability to bring peace to a situation right now, Taurus, for sure. That's what this is telling me. And then we have the Three of Wands. So you go into the weekend feeling a sense of newness happening in your life and in your path. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is going to be a busy time for you. You may have plans to go away, I guess a small handful of you. But this energy also supports your individuality. You know, what makes you you? Your eccentric ways, your quirks, you know, all of those things that make you you. All of it. And this does suggest and encourage for you to show the real and raw you, and not the version of you that you think people want to see. And this is going to be really well received. Yeah, really well received. This is, you know, this is the only time in the tarot where the figure has their back totally turned with no face to see. You know, the Two is turned, but, you know, the two of Wands is turned, but we get the side of his face. Here, this figure is totally turned around. So it's time to turn around, Taurus. It's time to turn around and show the world who you really are, and step into this next phase of your life. You know, it's all here for you, because then look, you're going from the weekend, the Three of Wands, you're going, starting the next week, the Four of Wands. The progression is beautiful. And this is such a wonderful card. This is success and light, and indicates, you know, finally feeling ready to put down roots in a place that resonates with you. You're feeling this in your soul. You're feeling this in your heart. This is a deep desire that you have. It doesn't mean you're there yet. Okay? So for those of you in relationships, you're going to feel very connected at this point, at the beginning of the week. You know, very connected, and feel that you're moving into a very auspicious time in your relationship, you know. And then those of you who are not partnered, this does indicate a new partner will, you know, just show up and, you know, reveal to you how much they want to be with you. And just be really honest and open with their affections for you, if you want it. But if you're in a space of not feeling ready for a relationship, you can certainly be feeling especially close to your friends and family right now. You know? But if you're in a situation too where you're sort of like evolving out of a relationship and into a new space, this does indicate that you're going to be meeting somebody new. Yeah. Then we have the Eight of Cups. So the 8 is the number of fulfillment, right? In the tarot. So it compromises 2 4s, which is the number of stability, which, however, when interpreted in the suit of cups, turns to dissatisfaction and boredom, for those of you who didn't know. So therefore, this 8 of Cups is like double boredom, stagnation, like a real stagnant situation. feeling strongly that you just really want to get your life flowing again. You're feeling very restless. This is a very restless energy. You know, like that kind of energy when you just feel like something's missing, but you can't really put your finger on it. It's that kind of restless, you know? Yeah, you're feeling unfulfilled, and your intuition is like poking at you and nagging you. Yeah, because you want to get to that Four of Wands place. You want to get that going, right? You're just seriously feeling called to move to a space, you know, where your interest and your curiosity lies. So at this time you feel, like you can't stay in your life as it was anymore. And while you don't want to hurt anyone at all in any way, you don't. And while you know you will miss part of what needs to be put in the past, you're going to be willing to do it for your ultimate good. You know, but being honest with yourself, guys, you might have already checked out emotionally, is what I'm getting already. Yeah, before this time period hits. You know, and then we have the Page of Pentacles here. So you may be getting news, unwelcome news. This could be a couple of things. This could be regarding finances, property, or someone irresponsible did something that's going to somehow impact you. Someone in your life who has selfish and immature tendencies, who feel entitled, they don't really understand boundaries. They're going to do something underhanded, not necessarily steal from you, like theft or anything, but something that's going to impact you. Yeah. Guys, I'm getting for a handful of you, and I just have to say it because when it comes in, I have to say it. For a handful of you, I'm just going to say, watch out for immature and irrational behaviors from an ex or anyone who might be struggling with the fact that you are moving on to live a better life for yourself. Because you're really feeling this pull in a different direction. And it makes perfect sense to me, whoever's resonating with this, if this is a situation where you're either recently out of a relationship or in the midst of ending one, and you're identifying a better way of life, but there's still a lot of raw pain being experienced by either you, your partner, maybe both of you a little bit, but I'm getting that whoever this is for. So guys, you could be the partner. This could be your partner. Again, the energies could be flip-flop. I'm giving you the energy read and you're going to apply it how you see fit. But I do get a feeling that there's so much incredible, honestly, soul happiness on the other side of this that you're going into. But what you're leaving, what you're trying to pull the last part of your foot out of from the past, it was toxic. It was toxic. And the person or people, because this really could even be you needing to step away from a toxic family or family member for a while. I mean, this could go a number of different ways, but they're not in that same space as you of moving forward. And you might have to deal with the difference in that, towards the end of this period. But, be hopeful that Pisces season is ending. So this is like the season of confusion on top of it being Mercury retrograde. Believe me, by the middle of April, everything's just going to look so much clearer for everyone. We have to just let Mercury get the hell out of retrograde altogether, including its shadow period. So even though it finishes retrograde the end of March, shadow doesn't finish until anywhere between the 11th and the 15th of April. It's energy, so you can't pin it to an hour. But yeah. All right, so let's check out the answer to your yes/no card. And the answer is yes. Page of Wands is a yes, okay? So that is the answer. And I hope you're happy about that. I hope it's a good yes. Okay, Taurus, thank you so much for hanging out with me. That's what I have for you. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.